Okay, so guys, while I prep, let me tell you about the biggest problem I usually have. So, usually when clients send me a picture of what to make, like an inspiration picture, it's supposed to be an inspiration picture. It's almost impossible to do an exact copy of a picture you sent me. Some people even send me like not an actual picture, but like a computer generated image. It is impossible. It's almost like trying to copy someone else's notes when you're in secondary school. Of course, you're writing the same thing, but you have to write it in your own handwriting. I don't know if you guys get me. Anywho, so she's not going to get exactly the picture she sent me because some things went wrong, but she's going to get a really nice cake. Okay, so the first thing we're doing right now is we're torting the cake, which means I already sliced it in layers and then I'm putting buttercream in between the layers. And if you notice, I'm not spreading the buttercream to the edge because I don't want it spilling out. It's still spilled out anyways. And you can as well decide to like fill your cake with something else. You can fill it with jam or some card, maybe lemon card or any food card you make or you buy. You can fill it with chocolate, but Nigerians like regular stuff. So normally I fill my cakes with just buttercream, except the person like gives me a special request or something. So now, after doing that, if you notice I trimmed it, the reason I trimmed it was because like the edges were too brown, plus it keeps your cake aligned. If you trim the sides, you can like cut out the caramelized part of the cake and leave just a yummy gooey inside. So now we're covering with buttercream, and what I like to do is now we're just doing a crumb coat, which means you're trying to keep the crumbs of the cake in this layer so it doesn't move into the next one. So we're going to do a light creaming and then put it in the freezer for about maybe 30 minutes or less. Okay, so now it's time to unbox our chocolate. The best part. I don't know, watching this part made me calm for some reason. And I didn't eat any because I have self-control. That's what I tell myself. Anywho's, I bought 10 packets of this chunky Kit Kat, and they had 2 inside, so that's like 20 pieces. And then I bought like 4 packets of the Skittles, and I actually measured my cake before going to the supermarket to buy this chocolate, but for some reason it still wasn't enough. So you guys are going to see what I did. I had to make do or like improvise. So I did something sharp because I can't go back to that store and go buy chocolate and take another taxi. Okay, so now I brought our cake out of the freezer and then we're adding the last coat. This last buttercream coat is just for you to have something to stick to, and as well as it provides enough cream for the person who's going to eat the cake to enjoy it better, because the cream coat was too little. So okay, so I'm going to add some buttercream around it, and I'm going to use my smoother. This smoother is the holy grail, believe me. It does everything, like it does half of the work for you if you're working on buttercream. So if you're working with buttercream or you plan to work with buttercream, buy a smoother like this. It is really good and it helps you align your cake so it's not like slanty or bent. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to put the chocolate all around it. And when I got home, I realized I made a mistake measuring my cake. It was 49 centimeters all around, 69 centimeters, but I had just 60 centimeters of Kit Kat. So I had like 9 extra centimeters that had like nothing to fill the space. So I had to like, improvise. Usually when people order stuff and the cake looks slightly different, sometimes something went wrong. And that is not like completely a bad thing. Sometimes things go wrong so you can discover better ways of doing the same thing. So the Kit Kat wasn't enough and I couldn't go back to the store because the cake was almost due. So I had to improvise. You guys are going to see what I did. So usually I think that's one of the reasons why like some of my clients complain when I make a cake that is slightly different from the picture they sent. Plus expecting me to stick to one particular thing and like you can't have your own original design, because all you do is copy other people's designs, and you can't have your own special touch if you're trying to copy exactly the same thing they sent to you. I don't know if you guys get. I appreciate my customers, don't get it wrong. Okay, now, so what I'm simply doing is arranging the Skittles, the S side up. Like, I think every Skittle has an S written on top of it. So, and I arranged them in like the rainbow color. So, I think it looks stunning. Okay, so I had to fill this spot with Skittles because there was nothing to put there. And then my plan is to make it look like the Skittles are pouring out of the Skittle packet. So what I did was I took a skewer and like put it in the middle of a fondant that I rolled like into a cylindrical shape, and then stuck it into the cake. So now that's some white chocolate already melted, just regular white chocolate. The reason is it helps me stick the Skittles to the fondant. When it dries, it's going to stay firm and not move. So what I'm doing is I'm sticking Skittles on the board so it looks like it is pouring out. I don't know if you guys get me, but I hope it looks like it looks in my head to you guys. Okay, so this is our final result. I hope you learned a lot and you loved it.